Here's the most surreal day I ever had in show business. They get me for the scene in True Romance where I'm driving with the coke whore. Nobody ever asked me if I could drive stick. They never asked. And I can't drive stick. So they said, well, Bronson, okay, so we're going to tow you for most of it so you can do that part. Now we have to show you pulling over. And in order for you to pull over, we're going to have to teach you stick. And so even as the words were coming out, they knew it didn't make sense. So they say to like the grip, all right, you're human and male, so we're going to spray paint your hair black, which was my hair color then, and you're going to do it. You're going to pull it over. And because Bronson, no one asked him. So they spray paint his hair. Literally, they didn't even have that stuff, the really good stuff, the streaks and tips. They had black spray paint. They spray painted his hair, and then they said, okay, he looks nothing like Bronson, so let's put sunglasses on him. And I said, yeah, but I wasn't wearing sunglasses in the thing we just shot. And they said, well, like when the cop comes, just take them off. Like put them on, take them off a second. So they're spray painting this dude who looks nothing like me. They're spray painting his head black.
Right.
After there's this kind of thing about like, why didn't someone think to ask Bronson? And while we're doing it, we're shooting on Mulholland Drive. I'm not making this up, and you know me. Madonna cycles by in a onesie made of Lycra. And I said to like the absolutely beautiful woman playing the coke girl, I said, could this get any more surreal? And she goes, nah. She was a wonderful actress. But she was really, really, really good. She's very funny in it. But I said, so they're spray painting a guy who's supposed to be me. I don't know how to drive. He doesn't look like me. And Madonna just cycled by in a Lycra onesie. And I said, could you write this? She's like, this is great. We're making a movie. And yeah, she cycled by in a Lycra onesie, but like one entourage on behind her and one in front of her, just
going somewhere.
Just cycling up a steep road on Mulholland to get her then ass pretty.
What year do you think that was?
Well, I'll tell you right now. The movie came out, I think, in 93. So we were shooting it. We would have been shooting it in 92.
Wow.
And you know, in 92 Madonna. That's the pine cone tit. And the like, I chained myself up, and she was the one you wanted to watch when you did art cardio.
That's when
you were 3.
She was very healthy.
She was super healthy.
I was not 3, dude. I was in high school. I won't tell you what I was doing when thinking about Madonna.
Well, of course. No, she was. I mean, God bless her. I'm not taking anything away from her. She was absolutely the last word in beauty. I
could probably hook you up, Bronson.
No, but she cycled by. You know, she had an absolutely beautiful body. She was beautiful. She was beautiful and fearless because she cycled up. The angle of the road was like this, and we're shooting, and I'm like, they're spray painting someone while Madonna cycles by. It's the perfect LA.
How did that day finish?
How it finished was the last shot we did was where the cop comes up and I'm covered with coke. And all I have to say is hi. And Tony Scott, who was, you know, did you ever have the pleasure?
No, sir. I met him, but never worked with him.
He was a real actor's director. No Video Village for him. He was right next to the lens.
Right.
And he was acting it with you.
Oh, wow.
Acting it with you like a great silent film director.
Wow.
So he's right next to the lens, and he comes up to me, and he knew me, and he said, I can't do a great Tony Scott, but he was like, Bronson, it's like 30, 40 minutes to redo you. So don't laugh. Don't laugh. I know you want to laugh, but don't laugh. So all I thought about was, don't laugh, because I don't want to get him. He wouldn't have gotten mad, but I want to disappoint him. So I just, with the utmost simplicity, just looked at the cop and said hi. And it's one of the funniest things I ever did.
Right.
And all I was doing was trying to get my mind off laughing
awesome.
because once somebody says, Stephen, no matter what, don't fart.
Right.
You have to fart because the unconscious hears it.
Say it again.
And so that's what's so great about it is it's one take because he said, don't you do it. I loved him so much. He was such a great director. And it was in a funny way, he was also putting down the gauntlet. Like, because if you say don't laugh to anybody, but especially an actor, and especially a largely comic actor, what do you think is going to happen? But I didn't do it, and we were thrilled with it. And
now, was that shot outside literally?
Yes. Madonna
was it the end of the night?
Well, we just did it. What do you
End
mean?
of the day. And when did you shoot? Do you remember? Don't forget.
Yeah, we shot in the afternoons, beautiful afternoon light.
Right.
And I had also said to Tony, who was lovely this way, I said, we were driving. I said, where are you cutting me? And he said, well, the do you, cat? And I said, where are you cutting me? I have an idea. So he said, I'm cutting your hair. Do it. And so I said to her, you couldn't do it this nowadays. I was like, you want to do a gag? I have a great idea. So she said, sure. I said, just put your head down like you're me, and then I'll pull your head up into the shot. And she goes, okay. So that's why it has a great reveal. I'm driving along laughing, and you don't know why. And then all of a sudden I pull her head up, and then you realize I've been getting and you can't really pitch that kind of stuff today.
No.
But she was so game, and to her credit, what she was doing, let's say this is my and she went down, to like pantomime it, and then she was going like this. Yeepy, yeepy, yeepy. And so that's why I'm laughing. I'm doing this huge cackle of a laugh as I'm driving because
she's tickling you.
Because no, she's pinching it. She's like pinching my junk. And I thought I love her because she's doing the visual gag, but she's also like, okay.
She's there for you off camera.
But I'm gonna like do this. And I was so delighted that she was playing, I was gonna say playing ball, but that didn't want. But she was so much fun. Wonderful, wonderful actress. If you ever watch it, there's such a big gag going on with the cocaine but she's brilliant. She's like,
okay, so wait a second. You're driving along
on Mulholland, being
the
towed.
shot.
Yes, I said
she's making you laugh.
She's making me laugh by
doing that,
by palpating Madonna.
And then at the right time, you pull her head up into on
and
camera
reveal her. Yeah,
and then you get pulled over.
Yes, and then it's a guy with spray painted hair, and then Madonna goes by in between setups, and it was a surreal.
But isn't it weird during like a BJ improv? Madonna goes by. That's weird.
That's why I said to
weird.
that beautiful actress whose
weird.
name I've forgotten, I said, could this be any more amazing and surreal? And she said, no. I mean, it was just great. And we are in this Tony Scott movie, and it's going really well, and we're having fun. And Madonna just cycled by, and nobody noticed. That's the other thing, because they were so busy spray painting my double.
And then
you can't make this stuff up.
And then that film goes on to become quite iconic.
Yes, but not right away.
Right. Talk about that.
Yeah. Well, right away, everybody, people loved it, but people didn't go see it. So it came out in '93. It kind of came and went, and then 6, 7, 8 years later, it started to build. And you would just, and they have a convention every year. They have a true romance convention.
Right.
All these people come in spandex to look like amazing.
But even back
Patricia.
then, upon release of the film, it was critically received.
People thought it was good, and it was good. I never watched myself, but I went to a screening of it.
It was wild.
And it was so good, and but it didn't catch on, and so it goes to the graveyard of your mind, and then all of a sudden it's so culty.
Right.
For the right, and you can see it every once in a while. I'll go to one of the conventions, and I'll watch part of it. And I told Patricia Arquette, it took me 20 years to realize how brilliant you are, because we were so young that I didn't. Also, I was so in my own character, because my character in it is he's so terrified and he's so in over his head, and I didn't see what she was doing. I couldn't take it in and admire it because I was too far inside. And I said, it's surpassingly brilliant, that performance.
Well, she had to be very subtle.
She's brilliant in it.
But
so vulnerable.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
And other world. I mean, and I said that it took me 20, 30 years.
Cool. That's nice.
But it's and she's still doing work like that. It's time.
And so are you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Guilty pleasures misunderstood. It's so bad it's good.